Yo, 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 this your boy Papa Fisco G. Just bringing you guys another video, man. I'm over here. I'm just thinking all the shit I've been in, bro. How I was back in the day. Dude, we came a long way, bro. Just how my life transpired, bro. Like I could be in the grave, bro, how my life was going. All inflicted on me, not being able to deal with pain and just deal with wounds that were open. And it just I would take it out on the world back in the day. I would find myself doing things I shouldn't have been doing to where it would cause a cat. I would fall because of my own doing, and I just look at all the times that this crazy stuff happened. It was me whacking a tree, bro, because I had to fall. I had to fall hard for me to wake up. It's not to beat yourself up. It's just to recognize that how far you came and certain things had to happen, man. You know, the devil would love for you to beat yourself up over the past, but it's like, man, the great mother, she's with you strongly. She had to shake you up, man. If the great mother didn't want it to happen, it wouldn't have happened that way. But it's for the simple fact that, you had to wake up. I had to wake up fully from the thing. I had to wake up to what I was doing to myself. You know, I didn't have love for myself, man. Back in the day, like 6 years ago, bro, I was tweaking. I ain't even gonna front. Like I would catch myself doing things, bro. Like, damn, I came a long way, bro. Cause I'm not that person no more. Like, no, no, no. You couldn't get me to be that person, even if you try to give me money, bro. I just remember the stuff I was on, bro. It was not right. It was not right. You know, it was man. I remember the people that left my life that was egging that on, that old version of myself. And I was wondering, like, I wonder why those people left. And those people were cool people, but it was because they were feeding that version of myself that was breaking me down, even though they weren't doing it, but they were funding it. They were, helping me in a sense. And I just look back, I'm like, dude, I came a long way, bro. I did. Like I remember what I was on, bro, and I wasn't right. But now I'm like, man, I ain't nothing like that. And it had to go that way, bro. It had to go that way. That's why I'm not mad. I'm not beating myself up. I had to go through that stuff, bro. I got my karma though. Just know that. If I did any transgressions or anything, hurting the innocent, I got my karma for it. Oh, trust me, buddy. I ain't above karma, man. If I did some crazy stuff in the past, just know the great mother sat my ass down. So you're fine, man. Your debts are cleared. No reason to dwell in the past and feel guilt over the things you did in your past, and you know who you are today. It's just that's what the enemy wants, so you can beat yourself up, so you don't get nowhere in life. But you did come a long way though, man. And that's what you just gotta recognize. Like you're not that same person. You can't even say that. So even if you got people in your past trying to say you that person, you're not that person. Who cares what they say, bro? The divine sees you for who you are today, and it's just a reminder of where you were and where you at now, so you never go back to that old version because it would have took you out of here, man. That version I was a long, long time ago. It's been years, dude. I wouldn't be here today, bro. I promise you, something crazy would have happened, bro. Because I wasn't in my right state of being. I was chaotic. I was chaotic, always looking for something on the outside to soothe the pain, and I would take it out. I would take it out on my environment back in the day, boy. That's why I'm like, man, I'm grateful for who I am today, bro. I got my heart back to what it's supposed to be, bro. And it took a long time, but we here, man. It took a long time. I just want you to know you came a long way. You're not that person you were back in the day, bro. You just gotta forgive yourself. If you did some crazy stuff, bro, forgive yourself, man, because the great mother forgives you, and the great mother never let you go. Some people do some stuff, you know what I mean, and they don't get another shot. But the great mother knew who you was underneath it. Even when in the midst of it, she's like, I can't get rid of you. I can't put my finger off you, son, daughter. I gotta show you that this ain't for you in the most extreme way. That's what she did. I remember, bro. I remember like it was yesterday. all this crazy stuff was going on. I'm like, it's because of what I was doing to myself, bro. I wasn't living right, man. I wasn't living right, bro. And I had it all, bro. I had it all, and I still wasn't living right. You feel me? I had it all, bro. Literally, I had it all. I wasn't no rich dude, but I had it all. You got dang right, I had it all. I had it all, man. But even that's what broke me down, bro. Because when I had it all, I wasn't. I didn't find the divine in it. I mean, I always knew who the divine was, but I wasn't. I wasn't on nothing with it. I wasn't deliberately. I wasn't 1 foot in, 1 foot out, couple toes in, couple toes out, and the foot I did have and stuff. It was leading me to no man's land, and it's just I came a long way, man. I just look back, I'm like, damn, I came a long way, bro. I came a long way. We came a long way, yo. We definitely did, bro. We definitely did. It's like keep going, man. Remember your old version. Remember that darkness you used to just sit in, bro, and just see yourself in the light now, bro. It's not to beat yourself up. It's just to recognize, like, yo, man, you did a 360 turn and never go back to that stuff, bro. Never go back to those stuff. Never go back to that old version, bro, because that version would have took you out of here. That was your that was your ticket out of here, man. The devil didn't even have to do nothing back there because you was already destroying yourself. I peeped it. The devil really started coming after me when I let everything go and I got my stuff together. That's when the devil really got on me. But back then, oh no, the devil like, man, you gonna take your own self out. I was on that path, man, because what I was doing wasn't right, dude. You feel me? Like, bro, I was a big psychonaut back in the day, bro. It was terrible to be a big psychonaut. Like, no, man, I was a psychonaut, bro. I put the P in psychonaut. That's somebody that took psychedelics like a mug, and that didn't get me nowhere, bro. It didn't get me nowhere in life. I I got more groundbreaking experience without drugs. I did. I didn't need that, but for some reason, I thought I needed it back in the day. Get out that fucking trash, bro. That's fucking gross. There's nothing in there, dude. What the fuck are you doing? Weird ass bird. They really need food. They're going in the trash, bro. Go. It just fucking rained the other day, bro. You can get worms. Weirdo. But yeah, man, bro. I mean, god damn, I don't run for my past. Like, dude, I was tied in. Not no gang banging, not no drug selling. I was a consumer. 6'5". It was about 6 years ago, bro. I was, yeah, 6 years ago. Just wasn't right, and I'm talking about I would go to the extreme on shit. I would go on the extreme. They take two, I take six. He take three, I take 10, or whatever it is. I'm like, I never did, I never did nothing too crazy, but what I was doing was crazy in itself, man. To where it's like, dude, I can't believe I'm here today, bro. It's a blessing for me to be here, bro. It's a blessing because I know where I was headed. I know what I was on back then. I wasn't on nothing. This nigga really got something out of there. That ain't even food. Oh, that's a chip. That ain't no goddamn chip. But yeah, man, I know what I was on, bro. I wasn't on nothing. And to see how I am today, I'm like, damn, bro. I see why things took a long time because they had to make sure to destroy that stuff out of me. I see why I had to be patient because it's like, well, look what you did. Not to bring up the past like that's you, but it's just the simple fact that it was you at a point in time. We gotta beat it out of you. We gotta beat it out of you. I get it. I get it because I wasn't on nothing with it. I had all this power, but I'm being destructive with it towards myself. Oh yeah, I needed a redo. They had to revamp you, man. That's why things took a minute, 'cause especially when you had a rough past. Yeah, bro, they're gonna have to revamp you from the inside out, and it might have to be a second. Just because it's just what you were wired to be on, man. They had to rewire you to be different, you know? It's not like you did nothing wrong, but bro, they got to do it that way. For the inside out, they had to change the wiring in the house, change the outlet. The outlet ain't at the front door no more. The outlet in the back door. They had to change the. They had to take the door out to where the door's somewhere else. There was a door on the side. They patched that up, and there's a wall on the side, and the door's on the other end. You know, it's just that's how the cookie crumble, bro. Don't beat yourself up over your past, bro. You're not that person today. Some things had to come like that, bro. So you can hit that tree, and it could be extreme. It had to be a climactic point to where you wake the fuck up. It had to be like that. You know, I would never go back to that old version of myself, man, because I wouldn't be here today. I promise you, I probably wouldn't be here, bro, because I was extreme. Like, dude, I was extreme, bro. I was extreme, man. Like, it's a blessing for me to be here, and I came a long way. I came a long way, and I'm like, I'm still here. I'm still on the path. You know, it's just I came a long way, bro. We came a long way. That's what I was picking up from my divine was. You came a long way. You know, you know what you've been through. You know how what it took for you to be here, bro. It's just like never forget it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't sit in it, but just remember, bro. It wasn't like this back in the day, bro. It took it took crazy stuff to happen for you to wake up. It took for you to be stripped from everything for you to wake up. And now you're here, man. So like, yeah, don't take this for granted. Don't take this alignment and this clean slate for granted and just go back to things that you know that don't serve you, man. Because the divine gonna get on your ass again. This ain't we don't get no, we don't get no exemptions from the law. We gotta come correct. Especially when you learn from it. Don't go back to things that you learned from already. You already changed. Don't go back to that stuff. Don't go back to that old life because that old life was not fruitful. If anything, it was rotten in your garden, man. That stuff was rotten in your spirit. And if the great mother didn't care, she would have took you down in the midst of it. But something about the great mother, she just didn't let you sit there. She rose you up. She rose you up. So you just gotta give credit where credit due, man. Shout out to the great mother. Because without her, I wouldn't be here today, man. I promise you that. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the great mother. If it wasn't for the great mother having her hands on us, but we wouldn't be here today, bro. You came a long way. Don't ever forget where you came from. Don't ever forget it. Because that's what made you today, man. All that crazy stuff made you today. If it was that bad, you wouldn't be here. Your karma would have got you out of here. It can't be that bad to the divine because you did your time and you learned from it. No reason to keep beating yourself up. You know, you get the you get to rewrite your wrongs in this period of your life. You know what I mean? That's not how you gonna go out. But that's how you was gonna go out if you continued it. But you're not finna go out like that, man. You finna redeem yourself. You already redeemed yourself. Now you get to redo things without that burden, without that baggage on you, man, because it was holding you back. You get to redo it. So take this, don't take it for granted, man. Take this clean slate, take this redo as a with all the wisdom that you learned in your past, because that's what you gotta do. You gotta apply those things that you learned so you can become that better version in this change. Just remember, don't beat yourself up and just remind yourself like, yo, man, that came a long way. Cause you did. A lot of people would have a lot of people wouldn't have stopped. A lot of people wouldn't have learned. It would have, it's crazy how life unfolds, man. It is. It's like, damn, I'm still here. I'm like, yo, I'm still here. I'm still here. Like, yo, I'm still here, bro. I just look back and I'm like, yo, I'm surprised that I shook out of it. I shook out of it like, yo, I did that. Wasn't easy though. Wasn't easy. It was some of the hardest times of my life back in the day. Even when I had it all, because it's like I was fighting myself. You know, I was fighting myself, but I I learned my lessons, man. Even when I was going in this wilderness, even when I'm talking about recently, I didn't lose myself because I was grounded and balanced in a line. But back then, I had it all, and I was losing myself. That's the irony in life. It's like you putting everything together, you could lose yourself because what you putting in ain't really good for you. But how the divine structure it, you could have nothing. You could be thrown in the trenches. You could be thrown in Arctic weather, cold Arctic weather, and you be aligned and divine and balanced and just all that in a bag of chips. And you rising and sitting, but that other path you was on, you had it all, but you was breaking yourself down day by day. It's just crazy how the divine is, man. It's like, yeah, shows you that you don't need none of that to be aligned, bro. That's what it showed me. I don't need none of that crazy stuff to be aligned and to be who I am today. It's just, it was a band. It wasn't even a band-aid, man. It was a hammer, and I was using the hammer wrong. It was a hammer, and I was using the hammer wrong, bro. And it's like, I forgive myself, though, man. Yeah, I forgive myself because I know I wasn't thinking right. No, I was not. I was on autopilot. I was not in my right mind. So it's like I gotta forgive myself. When you're not thinking right, yeah, bro, you gotta forgive yourself, man. You gotta forgive yourself because you know you ain't thinking right. Because you look back now, you're like, how the fuck? Why the fuck? Why would I even have that in my mind? You weren't thinking right. You weren't in the right energy. So if you're not in the right energy, you're not thinking right, then something thinking for you. So you just got to keep it a stack. But you learn your lesson. You did your karma. You did your karmic bid, and now you got a clean slate, man. So no point to bash yourself up, beat yourself up over the past that you already accounted for. You already did your karmic debt for that stuff. So it's like you got to keep going with that clean slate, with that understanding, with that knowledge and wisdom that you gain from those experiences. No reason to beat yourself up. You came a long way. If anything, give yourself a pat on the back, man, because you kept going even when all that stuff happened. You kept going. You never gave up. You're going where you're going because you never gave up. You never gave up on yourself, and you never gave up on a divine plan because this was all a part of the divine plan. Even the chaotic moments for you to hit a tree. I call it the whack a tree moment. Even in those moments were divinely orchestrated, but they had to shake that out of you. They had to shake it out of you, man. If if you didn't if you didn't surrender, if that stuff didn't happen, who knows if you would have been shaken out of it? Who knows if you would have been shaken out of it? So don't get mad at yourself. Everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. Don't get mad at yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It's already done. It's already done. You came a long way, buddy. That's what I'm getting. You came a long way. You never gave up on yourself. Even as crazy as those moments got, you never gave up on yourself. You never gave up on life, bro. So you just gotta give yourself credit. You gotta give yourself credit. You never gave up. You're going because you never gave up, you know. And yeah, you never gave up on yourself, bro. Because that was the whole plan. The enemy let you sit in your own dysfunctional world because he knew that would break you. But as soon as you shook free from it, that's when he like, oh fuck, we gotta press him. Confirmation with that horn. We gotta press him. But even that didn't break you. The stuff you was doing to yourself was breaking you. But the stuff that the enemy throwing at you didn't break you, bro. That's how powerful you are. If you use your energy, your time the wrong way, you can break yourself, bro. And then whatever the enemy do is nothing. It's like it's like a little baby kicking you in the shin. That shit ain't gonna do nothing to you. But when you do it, it's like stubbing your fucking toe on metal, boy. That shit'll break you, nigga. That shit'll make you feel funny. Stubbing your toe and shit. I remember stubbing my toe and shit. On the bed. You know the bed from underneath, and you walk in and you stubbing your toe. That's you doing that to yourself. But the enemy, nigga, it's like a 2-year-old kicking you in the shin, nigga. You ain't gonna feel that shit. They really ain't on shit. It's really your power that can destroy you, bro. Straight up. If you don't use your power right and use your time right, and you utilize your wisdom correctly, you gonna be your destroyer. Straight up. Nobody was able to destroy me but myself. No, these people ain't powerful enough to destroy me. Nobody broke me, but I broke myself back in the day. Yeah, yeah, I broke my fucking self. but I'm here today. Definitely not that person no more. It is what it is. I left all those crazy psychedelics alone, bro. I don't do none of that crazy stuff. I got my mind back. I don't even smoke weed anymore, bro. Thank God. Thank God I left it all alone, bro. I left it all alone. Just give yourself credit, man, for not giving up and letting go of that old life, and give yourself grace, bro. Because if it wasn't for that stuff to happen, you wouldn't have been on this path now, bro. You swear you would have still been on that if everything was smooth and it was running. Like, who knows if you would have woke up, So you got to give yourself credit. You got to give yourself credit, man. But that's about it. That's your boy. I'm out. Peace.